Uh, Hi. Great start. Hello. I'm back. I'm sick, but I'm back. Here. Welcome to this. This right here is me recreating the map from Halo Combat Evolved Wizard in Half-Life Alyx. Now, I just want to note that I'm recording this hopefully on the same day that I released it. However, there are going to be a ton of differences. Like, I'm going to expand it and decorate it a lot more. This is just sort of an early version, just to show off some things. Uh, Regardless, we're here. As you can see, got the general layout. Not everything's the same, and clearly, like stuff like the window is not that good. Like you can see the stuff up there. And see this general area. It's not a one-to-one exact recreation size-wise because I did this by eyeballing it. So some things aren't good. Like obviously this place is probably a little too small. Regardless, uh, yeah. So I think this is probably my best map yet, detail-wise, and also completeness-wise. I'm gonna be uploading this to the workshop. Hopefully, it's like my first proper map. But yeah, you can get a general overview here. There are a couple things I do want to go into, but yeah. Uh, let's just take this. Yeah, it's effectively it's practically symmetrical on 4 quarters. I don't know if there's a term for that. I just don't know it. But yeah, from like there to there. That's one part, and it just keeps on repeating over and over and over again. Sorry for the coughing. I am sick while doing this, which is fun. Now, yeah, you can see the window needs a lot of work here. And if you come over here, there's not really you like see that, so that's an issue. I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, no, you have like the window. I might add like a 3D skybox, add some more detail. I'm also gonna add sort of a trim here because this does not look that good. So that goes for everything. Yeah. And now this is where the active camo or overshoot will spawn, and you would normally hear like a light going round and round. But yeah, I'm sort of proud with this area here because this took me the longest to make. I'm talking like this part alone took me just a couple of hours, and the window doesn't look that good. Just because I had to get like the angles here working properly. I think it kind of ended up good, but if I could work on like the window and also making this perfect, then that's not going to be in like the release. You just have the ladders, uh, because I didn't know if I could do this thing in Halo Combat Evolved, but they have like the really big ladder. I could look into that. I would have to port the texture file though, and that's just a thing. Yeah, the ladders aren't on properly as well. Well, this one is, but there's one that isn't. But the thing is, I wanted to use the textures from the map, but uh, that didn't end up happening because when I was, I don't know what happened there. When I was actually decorating the map, texturing it, I didn't know of a way to actually get the texture files out, but now I do. Yeah. Now this area as well, it's gonna go back more, but I'm gonna keep the barrier here. Not to say I might add like the teleporter, but I feel like this is a better look. But yeah, so I'll add the barrier back there. As well as I'm hoping maybe in the future I could add sort of like a wave system where you like find a hidden button, like you move this aside and there's a button there, you press it, and like it's a wave shooter. I want to add like combat here. Now, there's like a main reason why I made this map in the first place, and I'll get into that in a bit. I'll just explore it more. Yeah, you can see over there a little surprise cameo, the active camo. I could probably replicate it. Also, those shadows don't necessarily know how to fix them, so I'm gonna ask for help on that part. But yeah, so got the active camo there. Just some general decorations, like you can see. You can't move this, but like I've just put a ton of foliage, and that's my go-to. Just put a ton of foliage. Anyway, so here, this area here, This was actually the first part I made, and it's probably the most accurate to the game. But yeah, so we come up here, and wow. Now hotspot textures, like you can see the resolution on them isn't that good when you're like right here. But I gotta admit, like the detail they give you, like see that that's gonna be practically impossible with like a normal texture. That would take like 10 hours of work. But in here, it just took like 2 key presses. And I think that's what I like a lot about Source 2 is that those hotspot textures. Yeah, so you got some more plants there. I don't know why I keep on hitting them. Yeah, we'll come over here. Got a little top here for decoration, and the active camo. You can't touch it, and yeah, this is an issue I'm gonna address directly after this video. The collision shape is about 4 times larger than this. I did the math. And yeah, that's the ladder thing I was talking about. So collision shape is kind of messing that up. And you can see over there we have the medkit that's kind of too big. I'll adjust the scaling on that as well, and also the collision shape. But yeah, and you can see in here, this is also isn't a one-to-one recreation. Like there's another thing supposed to be here. I couldn't get that to work properly. But then you also have just lights. Speaking of lights, I'm gonna have to turn those on because they're off. But yeah, I'll just head up to the medkit. So the main reason why I'm making this now is because I want to try and attempt when Sandbox comes out, like yeah, you can see the collision shape here, to recreate Halo games, like maybe a mesh of all of the different games, instead of just like say directly recreating CE or free. That's mainly my goal, and I do want to try that out because Sandbox is going to be awesome. So Gary, if you somehow see this, give me access. Yeah, I don't know why that happens, but yeah, no, I really want to try and attempt to make a Halo clone, and this is sort of me preparing for it because this is using Half-Life Alyx textures. I will be going to create my own textures, my own materials at some point, hopefully. I mean, I could update it with this, that I can then carry over to Sandbox. It'll look just as good. But yeah, it's pretty much just a walkthrough, just to show off everything. I'm very proud of that active camo, even though I just ripped it straight from Combat Evolved. As well as the medkit. I actually upscaled the textures on the medkit, because like with the active camo, I'll run over to it real quick. You can't really see it, but like there isn't really many textures, like the glass. You can see the subtle parts in the glass, but that's not really that noticeable. And the things, but they didn't really have much texture to them anyway. So I just upscaled the medkit. And you can kind of see it. I think it was at 256 by 256 or 128 by 128. Now it's at 1024 by 1024. So yeah, so this is pretty much it. I'm ending it here.